Good afternoon. This is Walker Wetter, and I'll be presenting my MEMS 5001 project report for Dr. Chiquila's optimization class. Some background information on this. I switched up the prompt slightly, but this is based off of the Boeing 777X commercial aircraft being introduced to service in 2024. And there's limited amount of airports that can actually take on the 777X. And the list I will be using is based off of what airports currently can take the A380 jumbo jet. Basically, Boeing wants to hire an inspector to ensure that all these airports are ready to take on the 777X. This will be a very unique and specialized role, so they just want to have one person perform it. And the goal of this project is to find the optimal travel route to all cities to accommodate the 777X flights and inspect the facilities. And additionally, I want to find out the total time it would take for this job to be complete by one inspector, and the inspector must be in each city for 24 hours to complete the inspection. And the reason why they might want to know the total time for this job is maybe it's a contract job where you hire an inspector for just a short period of time and try to make sure you get that right in terms of the hiring process. Solving method here. The data. I retrieve the data for all the latitude and longitude of each airport online. I have the cite my reference. The traveling salesman problem. I was able to use some of the MathWorks help sites to help solve this. And then the total distance problem, there's a couple ways you go about doing it. I went through and used just a basic distance equation, so I did not take into account for altitude when it came down to it. And I also used 69 miles as an estimate for each distance of one latitude. And then the total time, I assumed 30 minutes for takeoff, 30 minutes for landing, and then any other time then the rest of the miles were, I assumed, traveling at 500 miles per hour, which is about as fast as a commercial plane can go. And on the right here, I showed all the cities, but connected the way I just initially had them in, so just alphabetically. And doing this method, it was about 200,000 miles and 400 hours in the air. And as you can see here, the optimal route, which was done by the solver on the right, its total air time is only 214 hours, so it's cut in half. And then the total time of the entire trip would be 82 days. And there's 73 airports, so you can tell 24 hours times 73, I mean, that's only 9 days being in the air, so a lot of the time it is going to be up front doing the work. But still, the alphabetical answer was 7 days longer, so you save 7 days by having the optimal route. And the total distance where you really save a lot of time, the total distance is only 70,000 miles here, before it was almost 200,000 miles. So you can tell much more efficient, much more optimal route, and for the inspector, ended up saving him a week of time, as well as the headache of flying double the time that you'd be flying before. Instead of flying 200 hours, he actually would be flying 400 hours if it was done alphabetically. Just some small suggestions here. I think Boeing should probably hire more than one inspector. That's a really tough job, really taxing to have someone be traveling 82 days straight of flying a new city each night. But if they had one inspector, they could have him on a contract for potentially 3 months if they really want to get it done fast. And then another thing is airports in the same city, like London, has 3 airports that could support this jet. They might not need full 72 hours, unsure, but that's something maybe if the inspector is trying to cut out a few more days from the trip, that's something my references here, traveling salesman problem, and then below is the airport's latitude and longitude site. Thank you for your time.